have the link here, so you can
Yeah, I'll
check.
check now.
Yeah, if anything is wrong, like you can just tell me. Okay.
Yeah, no worries.
So I have this illustration that I was doing on live streams when I was streaming like more frequently on YouTube. And my fucking hard disk got broken, so like I don't have the file anymore. But anyway, I'm just going to take a screenshot from it, and I'm going to finish it one day. Let's just find the frame, and yeah, and so I need the design for one orc there because he's like just placeholder for now, and it's this one. Wait, is this? I need like a moment in which I have actually like full illustration so I can show you. Okay, yeah. So this is how the entire illustration looked like so far. And yeah, I will just take the fucking screenshot and paint it over again. Like it was, like I feel like I progressed anyway since I was doing it. So the guy I am going to design today is this guy in the background. So entire story in the illustration is like group of orc uh, captured one elf and like actually two elves, and one was already executed, and he's lying on the ground with no head, and the orc female is holding the head, and like there are some trolls here, and here is like the leader of the group, and I want him to be like majestic, interesting, and like looking like he's more, let's say, rich than rest of them, and like wise and experienced warrior, something like that. Like this archetype of like let's say Vikings. I don't know that from of the guy from How to Train Your Dragon or something. So I'm gonna take a screenshot of what I have so far here, and like in concept art, it's like important to think about story and visuals at the same time. Like it's not like in illustration when you get the design ready and you just paint it in different poses from different perspective and stuff. You actually need to think how make the things so it works like design wise, so the colors make sense together, they have harmony, and how to make them actually have some feelings, how to make them the way they would express something. Um, you also need to like think about the components that would make the story behind the guy, because like you're seeing just a single frame from his entire life, but it is supposed to be like in some way exaggerated, so you kind of get the meaning from it. Like because like if you have a orc leader, his entire life would not be like pointing towards him being a leader of orc group. Like sometimes he's taking a shit in the bathroom, sometimes he's eating a sandwich, whatever. But you need to think about the particular moment that would be iconic and showing his position in the group. Yeah, so we kind of need to think about that. So with the biggest shape, I think I would actually like to go for something like him being this giant rectangle with small head, because it's kind of give me the feeling of him being this monumental rock like important person, and I kind of like those flags behind him because they are like, for me, they have the meaning of him being representing the entire group. um yeah, and mostly the things that I already have here, I think that they are kind of smart, like with the few trophy heads on the head. Yeah, but what I would like to do with the rest of him, probably I would show him in the position like holding his sword, maybe. Well, he would hold it like this instead, like a giant sword, maybe, or something like so. I would show that he is like strong, massive. Like you would not like to like uh, joke around him. You would try to just you would feel the respect towards him. That's what I would like to get there. So we gotta think about the story. Like small things can change entire perception of the illustration. Like sometimes you will just add like amulet and it already like it's not just random thing. It would a meaning that he believes in something on or he's using some kind of sorcery or whatever. So we need to find this little like let's say it's a language and we need to find words that describes this particular feelings that we want to have in the illustration. So how I do it is I fucking go to Pinterest and see how other people's do it. I steal it and call it myself. That's the best way to do it. What the fuck is this? How can I avoid doing whatever? Uh, okay. Yeah, so my entire universe of those orcs is based on the idea of orcs being inspired by Cossack warriors. Am I right? No, I just wrote the. Oh yeah, yeah. Okay, let's go. Cossack. Yeah. So those are Ukrainian soldiers in, I think, slightly after medieval or maybe in the medieval, something like that. So I like they outfit and them being like semi, let's say, barbaric mixed with I don't know, like you see this guy and he doesn't even wear like armor that would protect him, but you kind of can tell that he is a freak warrior. He's not afraid of anything, and so I kind of liked this vibe for orcs. And for elves in my universe, I wanted them to be like samurais. So they would actually use some light armors, and they would be like very skilled in using the sword and stuff like that. And I thought it would be like cool idea to make the contrast between like self-taught warriors with some sticks against some very skilled warriors with armor plates, with highly decorated armor and stuff like that. So for this illustration, I would like to look for some things that have the meaning of someone being a leader in this kind of group. Like when we look at this guy, I would say he is a like berserk warrior or something, but I don't get the vibe from him that he is in charge. He is more like someone who could be a bodyguard of the guy I'm designing right now. Uh, so we want to look for like Cossack leader or something. Let's see. What will we find? Yeah, so this was like actual leader. I think Bogdan Khmelnytsky here. Yeah. Uh, I'm not sure if he was actually historic person or he was just a character. Like I'm not really that deep into the story. I probably should be more aware of that. But it's just like visual inspired, so I'm not really reading too much about the actual history. It just mix of some parts from the reality. So apparently, mostly the fucking hat he was using or whatever. I'm not sure if there was something in his outfit that was suggesting his position. It's more like I don't know, expression kinda. Maybe that was the part that was making him look like a leader. Um, but yeah, let's see what we will have here, and so we can like use it later. Okay, so what I can see here is like the outfit here is using some interesting shapes. Like he is wearing the cape. I'm like making little breakdowns of the outfit of people, but very simplified just to understand what it's made of. And then like I like to make few sketches like that super fucking quick and see how I can mix them together, like the parts that I like the most and make the most sense for me. I kind of like him having this little belt that is connecting um, the leather or the fur on the shoulder. So I'm just gonna draw real quick, like this is my I'm creating like Lego bricks right now, so later I can put them together into something interesting. Okay. Oh, this is kind of interesting. I never noticed that it has like this giant hole and in the cape or whatever that was. That might be something I would want to use later. By the way, guys, you actually can talk if you have some questions or something you would like to add. Like you can just talk. Don't worry about it. So this other
Yeah.
guy
Yeah.
here, like I can see that they were using like this kind of decoration. I would have to like look for more references, but I already see that this kinda had meaning of I don't know what exactly, but it looks like decoration that could be expensive. Oh yeah, the pose here is what making him like stand out. Like all of them are just like listening with their hands together, like they are quiet, and this one guy is like saying, "I'm in charge here. You better listen to me." Yeah, some more clothing like the same shapes mostly. I still feel like I am actually going to mix those things with fantasy anyway, but it's kind of cool to make like little research for everything first. Mm, interesting. So another option I have is to make those thingies at the edge.
Maybe you could also like steal the shape of the weapon for
Yeah,
like
but
his.
I'm still not sure if I'm going to use this actual weapon that
Okay.
the Cossacks were using.
Yeah.
Uh,
It could be also just the hilt of the sword, maybe if you like want to like
y-
this sort of like ball on the end of it.
yeah, sure, why not? Like I will still see. Like I need to get some sketches first to just see what I have to choose from, something like that. Like we basically want to make it in a way like when you're playing like The Sims and you have this options to choose like how you want your character to look like you have many different types of eyes, many different types of noses, and you're just choosing I want this eyes with this nose with this mouth, and let's see if it will fit, right? So basically we kind of doing something like this here.
Okay.
Yeah. So the research is like basically doing half the work before you even started drawing.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
this guy here, this is cool. Actually, I'm going to save it as a reference, like the photo. I mean, because of his like I don't know physical appearance, he does not look like an actual leader. Like he's not like this massive giant dad or grandfather of the tribe, but I kind of like the vibe of his clothing. It's less expensive than the things that I had for that we've seen for the Cossacks, but at the same time, like in comparison with those guys that I had on my illustration, they are basically not wearing anything on their chests mostly, and if there would be just one guy with the cape, he's already like in comparison looking like he's more important. And I still obviously can make more changes to this clothing, but it kind of makes a lot of sense for me here. Let's put him like wherever Yeah, so let's see what else do we have to choose from. Okay, though this belt is like crazy interesting. Uh-huh. Yeah, like like first I'm like starting with super general overall shapes and uh yeah, basically just very simple shapes and how to put them together to get the vibe that I would like to have. But at some point we will get to the details and we will need all of this noise. Let's call it noise, like this interesting um like particles on the design.
Oh, like patterns, you mean?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah,
I see.
basically it's not that like at this point I'm still not thinking about like very exact like pattern, like if he would have like his clothing with something on the edge. I would just like design it like as something like this and not actual like detailed carvings or decorations that will be there on the final design. Like I will just think about this at this moment. This guy here is kinda looking iconic, but I'm not sure. He's probably from some series. So if I would just took this entire design, that could be too much. But mostly this is what I'm like going for, like showing that this is still like orc tribe that is not really that rich, and they're mostly like barbaric, but one guy out of them is kinda more important than the others. So I kinda need to have this story. I need to show on his design that he already like had some experience in fights previously. His face must like look more wise than the rest of them, because like some of them can just like, I think this guy was basically putting his finger in nose and taking out something from it. But this guy in the middle, he has to look like he's like beyond that. Like he's more intelligent than the rest of them. Hmm. This design is super cool, but for me, like crossed belts kinda give the idea of someone that is like jumping around, like very light warrior, maybe yeah, with an arrow, maybe the dagger. And I want someone who would be able to hold this fucking sword, double hand sword from Game of Thrones that was used for execution, something like that. So like when I'm looking for references, I'm not only like looking for those that I am going to choose, but also I'm looking at someone else's designs that are representing something different that I am going to do. And I'm seeing like, okay, so this shapes together have certain meaning, and I by just looking at it can feel it. And this is not what I look for, so I'm not going to repeat that. Because like when I will be doing my iterations, I will have to do some of them and only one will be chosen. And I will be basically experimenting and looking like for shapes that will have the particular meaning. And by just looking at other people's designs, I can avoid doing some experiments that already are proven to not work for my particular design. Mm, that's interesting. I wasn't thinking about this kind of sleeves, but they kinda make sense. I don't know whose are those though. Yeah, but let's just say I am able to give him like this interesting kind of sleeves.
think that's AI.
Might be. You think so?
Yeah.
Even better.
Yeah, that's perfect then, because like you can steal whatever
Yeah.
you want from AI. Maybe it is. I don't know. I'm not really good at recognizing AI anymore. Like it's changing too fast. Still, AI has like super interesting shapes mostly, and colors usually fits very well. So it's cool to sometimes look for AI references as well. And no one's going to call you like a thief if you just like, take entire element from AI and redraw it on your design. Okay, we want like tribe leader. That's what we're looking for. Oh, this is another thing that I like. This one is even an orc, but the thing I like is like when the guy is like final boss, so he's basically like super heavy, like he has so many things on him, kind of like those Warhammer Space Marines, like they are just small heads and a lot of different stuff, and you can tell that they are like weighing 100 kilograms by just making one step, and those smaller legs below them. Like it still means for me that this guy is kind of like more important than this skinny guy next to him, right? This is kind of cool as well. I mean, this is more approach of those Mordor, Lord of the Rings orcs with their metal armors. I'm not 100% want to repeat that, and definitely I'm not that much into like this kind of spikes in the design of orcs. It's like too obvious, I think. But it's still like there is something in this little like collar here, and like it's still showing his chest, but at the same time he actually has some parts of it covered. That's interesting. Yeah, I think like giving someone this high collar is always making him like more important. Okay, so let's just do. Ah, yeah, and I like this belt. Like not like every single detail of it, but the shape, the general shape it has. So I'm just doodling quick sketches. Like it's cool to do it like super simple and then don't even like um, save the reference, because like if I would just redraw it from here, it would be too similar to a design that already exists. But if I just steal some circles and squares, then I turn it off and then I just draw like based on my sketches, it is going to be completely different from what it's stolen from. Hmm. This here is like super interesting. Like this jewelry kinda looks like human jewelry. Like very small, detailed, accurate thingies. And it's like contrasted with those heavy armors made by I don't know, drunken blacksmith or whatever. Might be cool. I don't know though if on this illustration, yeah, it won't be fucking visible here, so it doesn't make that much sense for me. Um, oh yeah, this is fucking cool. Like the look on his face and the body paint here is making him look like he's like wise. I would probably make him like more fat and older. Maybe not that much fat, but like well built. But this kind of body paint kinda gives the vibe of someone who's like, I don't know, like ritual body paint that has meaning in the tribe of him being in charge or whatever. It's kind of like when you have this in army, when you have certain soldiers with different kind of I don't know the word, god damn it. But yeah, like people in army have some things on them that indicates that they have different position in army, so it kind of works similar in tribes that are trying to show with their trophies or decorations that they have certain position, like after finishing some age or after like feeling some, I don't know, like they have some parts in their lives, like hunting their first deer or killing first enemy, and after that they are like more mature or are seen as more mature in their tribe. So this is the kind of thing that I would like to convey as the part of the story in this guy, that he already has all of them. Like let's say very young native boy would have just one feather. I have no idea if they were using it this way, because he already hunted his first rabbit, and this old native guy would have like all of them because he already is like the chief of the tribe. Yeah. It's probably like super offensive. I don't really know. I wasn't meaning to be offensive. I'm making a stream on YouTube. I cannot say this kind of things here. I suppose. Oh,
I
this is
guess I
kind
don't
of.
know, bro.
I
This is
mean,
kind of
if
cool.
it's made up, then
Yeah,
Okay.
you made that world.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go. This one is kind of cool. Okay, this is interesting because his fur is not like symmetrical. Like part of his body is covered with it, and the other part you can actually see. Wait, this kind of doesn't make sense actually, because how is he wearing that? Maybe this belt is connecting it, but whatever. Yeah, so no, it actually doesn't make sense. I don't like it. No, fuck it. Get the fuck out of here. No, it looks like it's going to fall down. Maybe it's AI. Oh, apparently it's not. Someone did it on ArtStation. Yeah, people are as well not always doing smart things. This is like very AI-ish for me. I don't know. But okay, so him having an axe, like giant axe, probably would work better for me than sword, I guess. Like this birdish or something. I don't know. Maybe more orc shape. That might make sense. And his face here. Actually, I really like the look on this face. If he would have like this kind of expression, that would work for me. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. So it's super cool to establish this kind of things first. This is cool. This is cool. Hmm. How to make this small head with big body works. It's kind of how you design something for the 3D figures for board game, because like they are very small, but you are still supposed to be able to recognize every single one of them. It was also a thing like for old RTS games, because like you had low resolution and there were a lot of small soldiers on your screen. So for you to be able to recognize which one is a hunter and which one is a sorcerer and which one is a peasant, they had to be made out of like super recognizable shapes. One had triangle head, one had square head, and one had circle as his belly. And this way, like from the big distance, you were still able to recognize which one is who. And it still works like that in design, but it's more subtle. This one is super fucking cool. Oh, hell yeah. I'm taking the screenshot of him. Okay, so let's say like we already have this many sketches. So what I would do now is I'm gonna find a pose reference so I can draw over it. Since I'm not actually like making like I don't have already the design that oh fuck, this face is super cool. I just got distracted, sorry. What I was trying to say is we need to focus on the clothing. No, we're not designing that much of his anatomy. So instead of like drawing anatomy, it would be faster to just find a photo. Oh fuck, this one is even cooler. Find the photo of human body and draw over it the design of the clothing. So let's see. Let's look for standing pose reference, and we kinda going to do the same, but now we're looking for the pose. Which pose has what meaning? Maybe standing with sword. Even if I will change it to an axe, I think it would probably be easier to find a pose with someone who already has something in their hands. Something like this, but this sucks. Like, this guy is not that muscular and his sword is small. I need this giant guy standing who's like maybe Vikings with sword. Kinda, I don't know. Something like this, but from different perspective would work. This is like too cool. I want him to be this old smart guy, not this Aragon-like cool guy. Something like this would work, definitely. He looks like he is praying or something. I don't want it. I want him to have like his arms like resting on the weapon. Like it, like showing someone who is resting kind of gives the vibe that he was doing something that make him tired. So sometimes you can think about the story like that. Oh yeah, this kind of pose would make a lot more sense. Let's take a screenshot. Let me check if I have some comments. Mateusz Calveros. Siemano, siemano, siemano. I'm making a like a little show here. So if you want, you can watch us together. Like if you want, I can even probably invite you to the Discord so you can ask some questions or add some of your knowledge. Okay,
Yeah.
so I was looking for more poses that would have the this certain feel that I want to have in my illustration. Oh, yeah, like this guy. This is definitely what I'm looking for. So basically, like, research is a huge part of drawing. Before you even draw one single line, that will be like final. Oh wait, this is like the same guy but with even better pose. Also, I'm not sure. This one actually looks again like he is praying, like he is looking down. So this kind of mean a sorrow or grief. So this is after battle, in which he lost his friend, and this one, I don't know. This one is kind of different. I still think like this one is kind of the best I found so far. Like, yeah, like meaning wise. This guy is holding super heavy sword in a position that actually doesn't mean he's relaxing. So I think it's probably AI. This is like too aggressive. This one kinda okay. This anatomy would be like overkill. Like I don't want him to be some mutant. I want him to be more like the fucking leader of a group. Maybe something like this more probably. Yeah, this is less exaggerated. Oh yeah, this one here can make the sword levitate with his penis. This is not what we're looking for. Uh, God damn it, this one is super cool. It's by Ivan Ozyumov for Diablo 4. Yeah, that explains a lot. Oh shit, I like this one. He has like entire fucking skull on his arm. Let's fucking go. This is cool. This is like example of those trophies that could suggest his position. I like it. A lot of bones, obviously, because bones are cool. And he's kind of asymmetrical thanks to that. But this design still makes sense because like if you notice like every leather or metal part it tends to be divided by this fur, so it doesn't hurt him when he's walking. I still think that he would not be able to like put his hands up probably. Maybe he would be. I'm not sure though. Maybe he would be. Like it's kind of limiting his movements though. So it doesn't make that much sense. It's like there is a thing called rule of cool in design, in which basically you decide, okay, in real life there are no lightsabers, but this is where we put the border of fantasy in what we're making, because fighting with lightsabers is so fucking cool that we're gonna ignore that in reality it's not possible. And every single game or book or movie has like different limits, and when you're working for a company that is using certain limitations, you need to be aware of them, because some of things might be still like they don't make sense, but they are cool enough to include them in the game, and sometimes the same things would be like too much, too stupid, and are not rewarding enough with its coolness. So it's always a thing to keep in mind, to not make something that is just stupid for the sake of being stupid. I kind of like, ah yeah, this is the same design. He just has different pose though. And he's holding it like, again, he's looking like it's so much heavy, and he's holding it in the way that would make it probably even heavier for him. I kind of don't like when people make this kind of pose for weapons. I would prefer them to just show like natural pose for resting with a weapon. Guten Morgen. Add chat for people on Discord. I mean, add chat like donate information. Yeah, whatever. I don't think I'm not making this live stream actually for donation. I'm just designing a guy.
Question.
Yeah, what is your question, my boy?
At which point do you start like actually like locking down shapes and stuff? Or is that just when you start doing iterations?
I think like when I'm making when I'm looking for references, I kinda look for something that would convince me that it will work. I'm
Okay.
sometimes spending like a lot of time looking just for references, and then like you find something and you're like, oh yeah, that would be it. Sometimes you have specific things in mind, and sometimes you are still looking for something. So I like to spend some time just making sure that there is nothing better that I could do with my design later.
Yeah, like you have the right references, you mean?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, and then like when I see, okay, that probably would be enough to start. Then I just start to draw on it and iterating it. Let's see. I'm
Alright.
still like at this stage. I should actually look for a pose already. Oh shit! Look at that. This is kinda exactly what I was
Is that the
looking
one?
for. Kinda yes. Like you can look at this guy and his arms. Like he is like.
His shoulders are also really relaxed, yeah.
Yeah. Like you can tell he was in the battle, but right now he's just standing there looking cool. Yeah, so once I have like the pose established, yeah, I think okay, we have few references. We can now compare them to check if one of them is better than the other. Let's merge everything together because I don't want to get lost in all of those layers when I'm looking for certain things that I like more. So I kind of like this with this. This fucking school here is ridiculously stupid. Let's say this would be cooler. So I'm like making a mock-up real quick, putting together things that I feel like make sense for me. Maybe let's not merge it just yet. I like this part, I think. Yeah, I'm not even trying to like get it right. It's not even a photo bash. It's just a mock-up, just putting things together. It's like when you're in the store with clothing and you're just checking if
Oh yeah.
that would work with that, right? I feel like this kind of belt kind of convinces me. Like you can tell it's still like barbaric, but it's still like it still makes you kind of respect the guy. I don't know. Like some of those things are kind of feeling based. So you're just looking at something and you see like this guy means this for me and this guy means that, right? So that's why you're comparing things. Not everything I would say is simple enough to just put it in few words. Sometimes those are complex feelings based on maybe taste, maybe past of a person. I don't know. So I feel like this pose for the head makes more sense than just looking straight. I like the pose of his arms here. I'm not sure if I want something from this guy, and this guy like is outdated as a reference right now. So we kind of have this, and let's think about like how to make it more fit into this world of Cossacks. So I'm gonna make a new layer and probably mark with just green color what I like in particular designs. So this I like the, can I draw or what? This one I like the belt. This one I like this rope, I guess. Is this rope? I'm not sure what's the name. No, it's not rope. Ropa is Spanish word. But I like this. This kind of has like cool cape. Here this and probably those two. I'm not sure about this belt though. This is cool, and this belt is actually super interesting. It has like very iconic shapes for some reason, even though it's at the same kinda used, but for yeah, it just has cool composition on the belt here. This one has like too much for me. Like this is like when you look at this, it's like, and I feel like having few short belts has less feeling of him being important than if he would just have this giant, massive one thing. Especially like Cossacks were having like those giant belts. Like wait, where did we have those fucking references of Cossacks? Or maybe yeah, I know. In Poland we had those nobles that has certain outfit, and I feel like it could be kind of mix of those. It was like similar times, so they had this belt, and it was meaning their position as well. Okay, so let's just try to put together the things we had already, because Splits is getting bored.
What, bruh?
Yeah, man. Okay. I think I still probably would be able to find a pose for the guy holding a sword like this, but maybe it will be just faster to draw sketch super quick the guy. Maybe if I am going to make him hold this giant axe, he would like just rest his hands on the top of it like that instead. Okay, do I like it? I don't know. I'm gonna make iterations. Hmm. I'm not sure. When I'm doing him like that, he looks like he's kinda, I don't know, like ashamed or something. Probably something with proportions of the legs. Is making a huge difference, even though it's subtle. Oh yeah, maybe something like this would be better. Yeah, so usually in design you don't really you don't always have to actually think about the pose, but since I'm doing it for illustration, I'm already like on it. And when you're just designing someone, you can just make T-pose, find a photo on the internet of someone standing like that and draw over him, and just first focus on design and then think about the pose. But I kind of feel like since it's just illustration and it will be visible from one angle only, it probably makes a lot of sense for me to think about the pose first and then draw on the top of that. And basically, like most of it, I already have like thought in my mind, but there are some subtle details that may work or not depending on how I put all of this together. Any questions so far, or I don't know? By the way, Splits.
At the moment, no.
Okay. By the way, Splits, have
Yeah,
you checked
I'm just
if...
like soaking in how you're. Oh, sorry. You can go. You can go.
Oh yeah. I was just about to ask if Splits has checked if like on the stream everything like you can hear everything and or if there is like I don't know some lags or whatever.
That sounds everything good to me.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure about those legs. They have more like meanings behind them than I thought before. So usually what I see on the references, yeah, they are not standing too much like that. They are more like like that. Maybe that's important here. It's kind of like my majestic pose or something. I don't know. Let's see what happens if I do it like that. Hmm. Right now I'm just like trying to get it with the silhouette first, maybe because I find this pose kind of tricky because it's just standing, but at the same time, like I want to get certain feeling on it. It's in general, I would say it's super important not to just stick to first idea that came to your mind. You have to like be picky. You want to do something like the best and not just whatever. Just grind it until it's perfect. I think I prefer to have this over than this, but maybe I will still keep the skull on the shoulder. So let's say I'm gonna use like this kind of cape on him. There would probably be the skull. Here I have like the hands. One of them is going like from below of the cape. One of them is like from the other side. Maybe it would allow me to do this cape doing this sexy thing like that. I don't know. Maybe no. I don't think I like this being this huge actually. So not only like it's the stage for establishing the shapes, but also for the proportions of everything. Just gonna check if I have Viking was the most white people. Okay, whatever. Yeah, so the proportions will make a lot of difference, like for the entire feeling of the guy. So it's kind of cool to check what will happen if I make this too big or this too small.
So you're testing different proportions more than just copying proportions that you already saw, or are you just trying to mix and match, like pick and choose?
Yeah, I'm experimenting. I'm not just
Okay.
making a copy.
You're not marrying any ideas.
Yeah. I'm just
It's like
checking what will
seeing what
happen
works
if I
best.
do this, what will happen if I do that.
Yeah. I see.
You know, like it kind of depends how much time do you have. Like when you're doing it for the job, usually with first few designs you will spend a lot of time, but once you get to the point when you're like, okay, this is looking fucking good, then next illustrations you just follow the same formula and they works and they fit together. And when you're making like personal pieces, you kinda are not limited with the time, so you can just be a perfectionist and just look for something as long as you need. Yeah, I feel like I'm gonna just like make another iteration. Like it is like evolving, like you're experimenting with it and you see this worked like that, this would work like that. What will happen if I
Yeah.
make his like shoulders bigger than the head and it would be like in the middle? Would it be cool or would it be like stupid?
Yeah. Also, Raspu, by the way, you can check like the Discord chat because some people are sending ideas and stuff.
Oh yeah, let's go.
Yeah, you didn't miss much at the top, mainly just like at the bottom.
It's the recent, yeah.
I missed half of Rospus class for this shit. Jam, don't worry,
Yeah.
like it's like the
It's
stream
recorded. You can just watch
the
it. Yeah.
stream is available on YouTube for free. Don't worry. Does he read our chat? I wasn't because I didn't know anyone was like writing. I said like you guys can ask if you have questions and only please
It's all
ask.
good.
When are you going to start drawing?
Okay, fuck you. No. I
Yeah.
don't think I said
He
that.
was
No.
picking references and seeing what works and what doesn't, gather visual library for him to start and for stuffs to prevent as well. So, yeah, basically that's what I did, yeah. And what I'm still doing actually. So like things like, will he had his hands like towards the middle of the body, or will he like go with his shoulders outside?
Oh, I see.
Those things are making a lot of difference. And you either find like a pose that works perfectly and you just redraw it, or you're like experimenting. What will happen if I do this? What will happen if I do that? Yeah, that's like super interesting part. So I remember one of the guy I was looking at, like the one of the concepts I found on Pinterest had like this super huge sleeves. Does it make any sense for me? I don't even see it anymore here. I don't know. Ah yeah, I did this. So those were like big sleeves, and out of them there were coming like smaller arms. Yeah, I think like when I'm making him like this, he kinda look more like a shaman of the tribe than the leader. Like because this pose kind of like if we see it from the side, he kinda looks like he's old, weak,
It's old.
but maybe smart. So that's not exactly what I want. Yeah, and when I'm looking at this guy right now, I kind of feel like, yeah, he doesn't feel that majestic. I don't know why I picked this. This one is like the most majestic out of all of them. Maybe I will check what will happen if I just drew more of his pose instead. Or maybe Maybe even this guy. Okay, whatever. Where are those? Yeah. So I'm gonna make a little figure drawing here. And then I'm gonna just draw on the top of that my design. If like will feel that I cannot capture the exact thing that is making him look cool, I will just fucking trace over him.
Fair.
Yeah, why not? Give me a second, I gotta go to toilet, be right back.
No worries.
All right.
Piss break.
Toilet break.
Toilet break.
Oh, God. Yeah, just a figure drawing.
Yeah. It's a solid approach. I was more curious on like his approach to doing this sort of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, it's just he looks at a lot of things beforehand, which is kind of like the smartest thing you could do, I think.
Oh yeah.
Especially with something that's like story heavy.
I'm kind of curious. I guess when he gets back, I'll ask him. But kind of curious how he incorporates background elements.
Mm. Like the general area they live in, you mean?
Okay, hello.
Yeah. Rasboop,
Yeah.
how do you when you're working on these concepts, these character concepts, how do you incorporate the backgrounds?
Like the idea, like when you have concept art, it's not really like necessary for it to have background. You can just have like
Mhm.
gray or black or white. Sometimes it is cool to have background though,
Yeah.
just to show the more ideas of what this guy is supposed to be. It's like very what's the word? It very depends on what you're going for. Like if you're making a concept for like entire illustration with the background, then you basically do your research for the background and include it. But usually like I saw many people just doing like gray square and on the background of the guy just to show him like standing out more. And yeah.
Yeah, but if you were to design it and then like a big part of it was the background, how do you go about like adding elements of the background or like the world that the person is in into the design? Or is that just storytelling?
It's probably like mostly the same. Like you're just
I see.
like checking references, making some sketches, thinking what would work and why, and seeing like what things doesn't make sense.
I see.
And yeah, basically, yeah, like making environments is like another long story to tell. And yeah, concepting art for environments is like I would have to
Oh.
make another lesson, but to be honest, I'm not very like I don't feel like I'm the environment guy that much. Like I know enough to do what I have to do, and if I need to do something and it's like super important on the illustration, then I just do more research. But I'm mostly, I would say, like character artist.
Okay.
I think like here Max would be the most experienced in environments, probably.
You hear that, Max? Feel the pressure. Next
I
week,
don't
bro.
know, man.
Yeah, next week you're
No, no,
teaching
no.
us how to do environments. I don't care.
Full environment from zero. Are you just going in with like a second value now?
Kind of. I need to see what I'm drawing. Yes, I just wanted to see if I like the silhouette first. I still
That's I
am
think
not like I'm not like sure if that's what I'm going for. So yeah, maybe if I don't like it, I would either just start with the pose over again because like I cannot capture what I want, so maybe it just sucks. Or like like sometimes you just have a fantasy in your head, like you imagine something looking super fucking cool, and you're trying to capture it, but like your imagination is like moving, it's blurry. It's kind of like those AI, you know, generated pictures that looks kind of cool, but the more you look at it, the less sense it make. So sometimes it's a good idea to actually start all over again.
yeah.
Like not entire thing, but just the pose in this case. Like maybe what I'm imagining is like not really good, and that's why it doesn't work. And sometimes like you just look for different pose then, and it works like instantly. So don't like stick to one idea. Like no one else got to be got to get used to this pose that you had in your head. So nothing's gonna happen if you just change it
Mm.
on your illustration. I want him to have giant hand. I feel like this Hulk kind of like hand would do good on this guy. I'm not really like at this point thinking that much about him having good anatomy or something. I'm mostly like still looking for the mood, like certain mood I want him to have.
Mm.
That's why I'm like quick, fast doodling, not trying to get anything super.
Is one of the reasons you like move faster just so that you don't care as much about an idea? Like Just super quick. If it doesn't work, just scrap it instantly rather than just sticking to it and trying to like overwork an idea that's not working.
Yeah,
Or like do
yeah.
you just like give like ideas that you think have potential more time?
Yeah, it's just like you imagine something in your head and you're trying like, let's see, does it really look good? And if it does, then you just like let's say if I would like this, I would just like add new layer on the top of that and I would actually clean it up, right? I would say I would do like, okay, let's try if it works. If I make it cleaner, I would clean up the line art and then I would check if it still works when it's cleaned up. But with this, like I'm still like trying to get the big picture. Like what will happen if he
Okay.
would have this here? I don't know, maybe. But what will happen if he would have this here? No, it doesn't work with the pose of his hands. Maybe he should have his hands more like up instead. Right? So you're just checking.
Okay.
Like at this point, you're not supposed to spend too much time before you already have something to do, right? I don't know. You want to find like the working thing first.
I see.
Yeah, usually also like yeah, because I'm designing it like for myself, so I'm not keeping all the iterations that I had before. But if I would be doing it for like actual company or whatever, then whenever I would be doing like some changes because like I don't like this belt, I would make a copy of it and then I would remove the belt and add different one. So these are like iterations that you are supposed to show to art director because sometimes he will be like, oh, you know what? Actually, this belt was the coolest one. So yeah, perfect. Then we're gonna go for this one. So this is like how you make iterations. Like with this one, like since I am like at the same time my captain boat and the fish, I'm just whenever I don't like something, I remove it instantly. But yeah, it's cool to actually sometimes, yeah, almost always, it's cool to keep the iterations. This one looks more like a samurai. I don't like it. I'm gonna try what would happen if I would actually trace this guy. Maybe I need this very specific pose that he has for me to work. Okay, now let's see. Okay, so it just looks strange when it's like no details on it. Maybe that's okay then. Maybe I will just have to like go further with it to see if it works. But I would actually prefer it to be like almost like just the silhouette of it to look majestic enough. because he's mostly going to be seen at the final illustration as the silhouette in the background. Like he's behind the actual important scene. I don't know if the axe would be the best. Maybe it would be the best. It's definitely is the most like orcish weapon. The sword could be like too civilized or something. Okay. Let's take some decision. I want this. I definitely want this and this from the previous one. I would like to include this so it will be visible that he is a Cossack. This part as well. And for the belt, this was just fucking cool, so let's include this. And the body paint for the visible parts of his body. Okay, we have it. Now I'm gonna trace again this guy, but more accurate. And I'm gonna draw the details on top of him. And then I'm gonna make iterations, because like I'm spending too much time on it already.
Let's go.
Yeah, man. It's like fun to like make a lot of iterations, but once you once you realize that okay, I'm spending too much fucking time on that, I should already finish it. Then you just gotta be an adult and just take
You
some
set your own time.
take some decisions and fucking do it instead. I will still think about the weapon that he will hold more. What I would like him to have would be this and this shape. I feel it works for me, yeah. Yeah, it will work when it has more detail. Okay, so now I'm gonna use this, and this. Let me put them together somehow.
Are you already thinking about like functionality in this step? Like how they connect and how he would move and all of that?
Kinda yes, but at the same time, it's still the part of it's still the
Mood,
part on
vibe.
which you're just putting together shapes,
I
and
see.
then you will be like solving problems that you will get with it. There are always like you will see like okay, this part doesn't make sense, so you're like painting over it and looking for something that would make sense. I don't want this, I don't want this, I don't want this. I want this, yes. I don't want this, I don't want this. This. I'm just getting rid of the things. I'm gonna put them on new layer. I don't need this anymore. I don't need this. I'm not sure about this one. Okay, Control X. Okay, so we have like few things in mind right now. We're gonna put them, see how they like fits together, and then we can go for like more details in design. I prefer to use this brush because it looks like a pencil. Okay, so from here I want this huge. Am I drawing or what? This huge triangle-like shapes on his sides. I don't even like need to know what those triangles are at this moment. I just know I want the fucking triangles. And I see like he has like big sleeves, which is cool always. This should have like this should be connected with some kinds of belts. I'm not even know if it's going to be belts or some jewelry, but definitely some curves here would make sense. For his face, I want something like this because it looks cool and it gives the meaning of him being like into some like ceremonial ritual stuff. This belt, I like the trapezium shape that it creates. So let's do it here as well. And it's kinda like not just one belt, it's like this entire 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like a lot of things in the same place that works together this well. It gives the vibe of it having like a lot of details. It's being like over designed, but for the like purposefully, just so you have like um detail amount here.
Same.
I don't know, like it will just look interesting in comparison to his big big shape of just clothing here. So you kind of want to gradually have like less details here, more here, and the most here. So it will create like this gradation that would point at his face. Okay, so we kind of have this one. We want this belt to be like this. His arms are kind of still covering the belt though. I'm not sure if I should actually move arms that much, or maybe it's like just about ignoring this belt. I don't know, like is it better for the pose if I do this? If I would make him just hold this sword, I don't think, like I feel like holding the sword actually is way less cooler than for this character than just resting his
Like,
arms.
yeah, resting on it.
Yeah, resting arms might be more interesting actually. What next? This he would have some kinds of circle, and I already suppose this would be skulls. But I see that like the design that I was checking was mostly the circles. Yeah, and let's see. I feel like the thing with the sleeves we had there, the Cossack sleeves. I'm not sure about it. I feel like it might not work well. Probably what would work would be this other guy that has like part of
Oh,
his
yeah.
body covered. That could be way more interesting here. Yeah, and so he would just have like side of him covered with that. Oh yeah, I think I'm like I start to like this one. Hell yeah. Now we're talking, man. Maybe he could still have like bare chest behind all of that. That might be interesting. Like he
Could be
still like
cool.
he has like cape and stuff, but he still like maintain the culture of his tribe of not wearing like t-shirt or something. Yeah, and for the helmet I will have to spend like additional time designing just the helmet. Yeah, I think it's good that it's becoming like the essence of design here. Like strong triangle here and circles. I'm still not sure about this part here. Something on the hands. So we have like another darker shapes here. And for the legs, we would have like those two overlapping clothing, one with different color than the other. Actually, there are three here. I don't know, but I think like two would be enough. Like one like this, and the other one like this.
Yeah,
That's basically what
good composition.
yeah, that's what I would want him to have here. Yeah, it's like important to at some point you just getting the essence of all of those different things that you were searching before, and you're just simplifying it all to big shapes that work well together. And yeah, and when that works, it will work also when it has more details. It's like very important to not start with too many details. I mean, we kinda did start with a lot of them, then we simplified it, and now we're going to add actual details on it instead of just like random bullshit. I don't know, maybe it could have this as well. Nah, probably, maybe even it shouldn't have this part here. Like maybe it could be just like that. I'm not sure. Something here doesn't work for me as well, like on this shoulder here. I'm not sure, maybe he actually should have just yeah, I remember we were talking about like some skull maybe here as a part of his armor. That might be actually cool here. Yeah. And then
Also,
sup,
someone has question in chat
let's
in
go.
Discord.
Really stupid question for everyone. Do you guys ever struggle to put your specific ideas into words? So now finding references is 10 times harder. And how you deal with that problem if you have it? Yeah, it always happens. I know what you mean. Like sometimes you know that you want a guy sitting on the chair, but you have in mind this guy, and you saw this reference 1,000 times, but now that you're looking for it, like he always sit in different way or something like that. Yeah, and frequently the actual phrase that you had to put in Google is like guy with gun sitting, and then you find the fucking pose that you're looking for or something like that. So I don't know if there is like one magic way to solve this. I'm just like thinking about like if I saw a movie with someone sitting in that pose, or if I like if I like see that usually people do it when they are doing some other things at the same time, and then you
You
can
can get
find it.
closer to it, yeah.
Yeah, by just like putting different, like focusing on different aspect of the thing that you're looking for. Also, like with pose references, super smart thing is to use like programs like DAS Studio, in which you just have like, your mannequin, and you just move it around the way you want it to be.
3D.
Yeah, DAS 3D. It's a free program. Or if you have a mirror in your house, you can just like do the pose yourself and take a photo of it. And I feel like this one is like the best you can do. Or you can ask someone else if he can do the pose. Yeah, like don't forget that the images on Google, like someone just took a photo of them, and you can do the same yourself. Yeah, but definitely like with more experience, what about specific background scenes or design elements? I don't know, man. Like it's always like a puzzle you have to solve.
Yeah. Even if you get closer in the genre of what you want, it doesn't have to be exactly a specific kind of media. Because honestly, sometimes you get better ideas if you just get closer to the thing.
Yeah, but that's like very. There's not one answer to that. Like it's always specific
Depending, yeah.
to the kind of things that you're looking for. Yeah, there's no universal answer to that. Very good things to do is like know the mainstream culture, like movies or games. Like I
can get a
know
lot from
I know a
those.
guy who has like a lot of ideas for designs, because like he watched probably everything there is in the world. Like I never like ask him about a movie that he wouldn't know, right? So you just talk with the guy, and he always like has idea of, oh, I remember there was a movie or there was an anime in 70s that had this creature that looked kind of like what you're looking for. So basically, you have to not be illiterate, or not. It's not illiterate. It's like there are some books that you are supposed to know because they are part of the culture and they are like important. Like I'm still trying to convince Splits to watch Lord of the Rings, but imagine if you go to work and someone says you like, oh, make them like kind of this archetype of Nazgul from Lord of the Rings, and you haven't fucking watched it, and you just look for like in Google image what Nazgul is, and you can find different one, like because you just don't know the things that people suppose that you know. So having idea at least about those most important movies or games, what they are about, what the creatures looks like, it will make it like way easier for you to find the things that you're looking for. Consuming a lot of different media will help. Definitely, yeah. Like the more things you know, the more original your like ideas will be. Because like if you just know one guy and you're trying to draw, you will be just trying to make a copy of him. But if you know like 100 people that draw well and you're trying to make like a mix of all of them, like you will just have something completely different that every one of them. And the same works for designs and for ideas. Like this is the thing that Ethan Becker was always saying in his movies, that like you mix wizards with future and you get Jedi. But if you would just make another movie about knights or another movie about wizards, it's not that original. But when someone put the fucking knights with swords mixed with fucking science fiction, he got the Jedi Warriors, which is Jedi Knights, which is like super cool, and they have lightsabers. So that's kind of how I see it. Yeah. I hope I answered your question.
Follow for more tips.
Follow for more tips. Yeah, let's go. So if I would give him here, I don't want to do this. No. He's gonna have the fucking Cossack pants. That's decided. Definitely. I don't want to show his naked He-Man legs. Okay, so what we have so far. Does he look like a leader? Maybe. It will depend a lot, like what he will have on his face. My idea was like covering most of his face and just showing the trophies. Mm. I think there was one orc in Lord of the Rings that has like this specific design for the head, like he had the
Yeah, that was,
the,
I think,
the skull,
in the
so
Siege of Minas Tirith. Not Minas Tirith. The big one.
Helm
The
Deep,
with the 3 rings.
not the
No,
Helm
with the
Deep.
no, it was the one where I'm not sure actually.
Okay, yeah, but definitely there was one that had it.
Yeah.
Just some leather shoes. Okay, so we basically have like one idea here. Let's copy it and see what will happen if we change few things. Like the magical number here is 3. You always try to make at least 3 iterations of everything. Even if you think the first one is like super crazy good, you just force yourself to do more, just to see if something out of box will happen when you're trying to make something original. Okay, so one of them has everything to the right, so let's see what will happen if I would make him like more like symmetrical. And maybe I will try to get the huge color here. I was thinking about huge color. Is the color actually correct word for that? Yeah, it's a color. Let's go.
Oh, that one looks a lot. Yeah, that looks a lot more like a later.
The new one?
Yeah, it makes him look more aggro, if that makes sense.
Okay. So that might be the thing we're looking for.
Something about covering a part of his face.
I still am not sure how to show his axe here.
Maybe
Maybe
he's
try it
holding
the
it other way around.
Yeah,
Yeah.
other way around.
Like with the, you mean?
Handle on his, like he's his hand on the top of the handle, and then the axe at the bottom.
Yeah, it like peeks into the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah, that might make sense as well. I will do it for the third guy though. Yeah, but definitely it will make. Oh shit. Okay. Definitely that would make me like. It would make my life easier with showing his design.
Yeah.
Could also like maybe make the X more part of his design. So like his status is maybe also like ingrained into his X.
Oh yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. Like those kind of details are like on the next step. Once I have like established the
Okay.
general big shapes of everything, then I go for
Mm.
like, oh, on this helmet I could actually do like next to his eyes like few smaller, I don't know, circles, like
Dots.
maybe dots,
Yeah.
maybe holes, maybe some painted like fingerprints, whatever.
Mm.
But yeah, like this is like next stage once I have established the big shapes of everything.
Yeah.
Maybe I will do this time the belt to the side instead. Let's see what will happen. I don't like this pants at all. Nah, this sucks. Hello.
Hi,
How are you?
I'm good.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Glad to hear that.
Oh yeah, the flags are. Oh yeah.
Yeah, they will still be there on both of the designs, definitely. I will still have to come up with the idea how to like
Attach them.
attach them, yeah. Boom, boom, boom. I don't know. I think the belt, I did the belt like too low, and it's making him look like he has like super short legs. Yeah, and but now I think like if this color like is part of his design, then what will I do with his face? Since like in the previous one he has covered almost entire face except for nose and the mouth, then maybe with this one he would actually have everything visible and just the body paint. It will allow to show more expressions. But then instead of those skulls on the head, I would have to like give him something different. Uh, maybe like the fucking hairs going up. Something like that maybe. These attachments of the flags on his back, they might be like important part of the design actually. I just realized that. Like the entire construction that would make it possible for him to wear them could be like
Yeah, it could also allow for like more like how do you say it? Like rank, the thing you were talking about. Maybe as like
Mhm.
badges on top of those straps or something.
yeah, like he could have like a lot of different decorations like skulls or whatever, like
Yep.
cut fingers from his enemies and tongues of his like not obedient children or whatever.
Just tongue. Here's my little Jimmy.
Yeah, so this construction might actually be like a core part of the entire design once I started to think about it. So the way it's attached and connected, like everything else could be like super simple once this one part is made in a cool way. I will probably give him more clothing here, more different fabrics overlapping each other, and maybe I will show like more of his oh no, this actually doesn't work that well. Like the bottom part of legs. Yeah, it doesn't really. Okay, and with the last one I will try to actually make him more looking like oh, I don't have it anymore? Wait, what? Yeah, I deleted it. Or maybe, no, I just didn't redraw. I just redrew it, so I don't really have it here. That's cool. So one part of his cape overlapping other one. And something in the middle here. And the belt. and he would have like long sleeves, not actual armor, but long sleeves. And then he would have, instead of pants, he would have this whatever it was called, like this dress, or I don't care. Yeah, I like this shape of blade, but I will make it into like the other side, so it balances the cape going just on this side. Okay, so this one is like more simple. I'm not sure for the head. What could I do here that would be interesting? He would definitely have like a hole here for his head. I think like giving him actual Cossacks hat doesn't work. Yeah, maybe just a different helmet with the same idea of the fucking schools. The one that is not covering his entire face. Okay. So we have like 3 iterations so far. I feel like we could take a break for today, because tomorrow I had to wake up early to go to work. But
Yeah.
like tomorrow at night, maybe I could make the next part and show how to like I go further.
Finalize.
Yeah, because what I showed today was just finding references and doodling, which is like super cool, but maybe you were like expecting more to see some sexy drawings.
Honestly,
of
it's not
details
even about
and
the. It's more
render.
about the process.
Yeah.
This is like good. This is like the way you find ideas and design it. So
Yeah, so cool.
very cool.
I think it was
Very
cool to
nice.
see like the way to actually like gather the ideas to like start a concept. I think that's also really important because a lot of people just want to like, especially me, just want to like jump right in to like designing a concept without actually thinking first. So this is really productive.
Yeah, bro.
Cool.
Everyone
Yeah.
say thank you.
Thank you,
And
Lars.
then pray to him.
Thank you guys for
I don't know
admiring
about that.
me and thinking I'm the Kim Jong-gi of this generation. I really appreciate that. You guys are the best.
Yeah, bro. But yeah, the whole illustration that you're making is fucking cool. I think you showed me this like back then, but yeah, you need to finish this.
Yeah, the fucking hard disk like went broken and I would have to just repaint it based on the screenshot from YouTube. Well, I
I
would.
mean, you're already better now, so
Yeah, I think I will do it faster than it took me to get to this point, like just redrawing it and better, and yeah, like it was a long time ago. Well, the composition still I feel like works, so I will
everything
probably
about it
use
still
this.
works, especially like story. Very cool story for the piece.
Yeah, Let's go. Yeah, so tomorrow, like I will like go further in the design. Like I will probably
Yeah.
choose some parts from
Just
all
feel
of
free
them.
whenever you can.
Yeah.
But yeah, whenever like Raspu or Troy or anyone's gonna be teaching anything, it's just gonna be in this VC. So you guys can just join whenever. It'll be fine. Is there homework? Yeah, Raspu, is there homework?
Yeah, why not? I mean, you guys can try
Who's asking for
to
homework? How dare
like for those who want to, you guys can gather some references for your own character and think deeply about like what he is going to represent and like what shapes and colors and details in designs are going to suggest that. So, and then you can like
Yeah.
make few doodles or something, like basically repeat after me what I did here. And like we can, like I will be able to give you some feedback on it. But it's, I
Yeah,
don't
if
know
you
if
guys
it's
end
like
up doing
homework.
anything,
You just can do it and like we can discuss like what we think. Maybe we will have like more ideas, what to add, what
yeah,
to
yeah.
take from it. Or we will have
Oh, could you, by the way, Raspu, could you just export this image and then post it in the teacher board? Just so that people
yeah,
can
why
go back
not?
to this and just see the process you went through. And you also have the full stream out, so if you guys just want to follow along with that, you can as well.
I'm also gonna post the link of the stream in there.
Yep.
Yeah.
But and if you guys actually follow it, just put it in the school desk thing and tag Raspu. I'm sure
I
he'll be
wonder if
interested.
I wonder if the doodles itself are like teaching
I mean, it's an
anything.
important part of the process.
It's
I'm
part
not
of the
gonna
process,
lie.
part of the class.
Yes.
I think if you just
Okay,
put
no,
it in
I
there.
have no problem with that. I will.
fine.
I will. Like
Hell
it's
yeah, man.
mostly it's the thing that happens like in your mind at this point.
But I think it's important to
Yeah.
illustrate what's happening in your mind.
Oh, did you stop the stream, by the way? So the link is out.
I mean, this will be just a link of the live stream, right?
Haven't I sent you the link?
Oh,
The
no,
link-
you have. But like when you end the stream, does it become a video or how does it work on YouTube? I have no idea.
I have no idea either.
Well, I'll
This
just
was
check.
really
Oh,
helpful.
probably will
Okay.
Yeah.
I
stay.
think you have to like there's like a checkbox you have to tick off when you're done streaming to like actually post it, I think. Or like make it I think
Yeah, don't
since you
know.
made it public it should work.
Okay, then it's good.
Okay.